This series of programmes is dedicated to those of us who, using our government-sponsored bus passes, spend our days travelling the byways of Britain for nothing. This is Clevedon on the North Somerset coast, and this is where our adventures start today. I'm aiming for the small city of Wells in Somerset, and as we have to go through Cheddar, I'll stop off there for lunch. But first, we have to get out of Clevedon, so I shall be taking a bus to Weston-super-Mare. So, with the bus pass to the fore, let's venture forth. The X25 is one of the few buses in this area to travel on a motorway. We're on the M5, and the journey time from Clevedon to Weston is about 30 minutes. Although it is handy for travellers like us, the motorway has carved a nasty swathe through the Somerset countryside, passing near to many once quiet villages like Kingston Seymour here. We won't be stopping in Weston this time. Well, November's not really the time to visit the seaside. We'll come back in the spring. This journey to Wells takes us along the valley which runs parallel with the Mendip Hills, through narrow village streets. This one is Banwell. Now we're going through the village of Sandford. If you watch carefully, you will see the famous Thatcher's cider works as we whiz past. But I'm not stopping for a flagon of strumpy today. On we go through Winscombe and into the market square of Axbridge. If we had time, we'd get off here and enjoy some fine walks around the reservoir nearby. But I'm afraid that's all you'll be seeing of its 135 million gallons of water today. So, welcome to Cheddar, famous for its gorge, its caves and of course its cheese. I plan to stop here for lunch, but this being November I don't reckon there'll be many people joining me. The factory's website tells us the requirements of a truly authentic cheddar cheese are it should be made from unpasteurised milk, taken from cows grazing in the lush pastures surrounding Cheddar. It should be made and cheddared by hand, using the cheesemaker's skill rather than by a mechanised process. It is matured in cloth for up to 18 months to produce a rind. The Cheddar Gorge Cheese Company continues to make cheese in this way, and is alone in keeping the traditional art of cheese making alive in the heart of the village of Cheddar. Even on this autumnal day you can get some idea from these pictures of the view to be seen as you walk through the village. Visitors have to buy a combined ticket to all the attractions, including the two caves. This one was discovered in 1837 by Mr. Cox. The ticket also includes the 270-step Jacob's Ladder, which leads up the cliff to the lookout tower, and the 3-mile cliff-top walk. People have been living here for thousands of years. In fact, they found Britain's oldest skeleton, estimated to be 9,000 years old, in this cave. He now lives in the Natural History Museum in London. There is also an open-topped bus tour on offer in the summer months, but not today, and definitely not for this joyrider, as the combined ticket price is £18 and the bus pass is not valid. Well, I've had my lunch, and now the free bus awaits, and Wells is only 30 minutes down the road. Continuing along the valley with the Mendip Hills on our left, we are passing through the villages of Draycott, Westbury sub Mendip, and finally Wookey Hole, where the other great Mendip cave is situated. Finally, we're in Wells. It's the smallest city in England, if you exclude the City of London. The present cathedral was started in 1180 and largely completed by 1306. It is one of the most impressive cathedrals in Britain, and this has to be the grandest west front of any cathedral that I've seen. Apparently it still retains over 300 of the original medieval statues, although some are badly worn down by the prevailing wind. With Christmas fast approaching, the school band was busy practising as we passed by. Vicar's Close, next to the cathedral, is a stunning medieval cobbled street. It is said to be the oldest continually occupied street in Europe. It was built in the 1360s as an extension of the cathedral by Bishop Rolf of Shrewsbury. He built the Vicar's Hall and Close to give the men of the choir secure accommodation away from the temptations of the town. The Close still houses members of the choir today and has remained unchanged in nearly 700 years. The cathedral's clock is unique as it still has its original medieval clock face and complicated mechanical figures which move and ring a bell every quarter of an hour. Next door to the cathedral is the splendid medieval palace that has been the home of the bishops of Bath and Wells for over 800 years. There are 14 acres of gardens, including the springs from which the city takes its name. In true medieval tradition, Wells has its own town crier.
And for a week from the 10th, Robin Hood comes to town, a Christmas panto of great renown. See Robin Hood, Will Scarlet, and Little John too, and the sheriff and his henchmen for you to boo. Magical settings, comedy routines, and with a little bit of luck, you can see this fat man playing Friar Tuck. Don't say I didn't give you enough warning. Tickets go on sale on Saturday morning. That's it for today from this fat man in green. Wells loves its visitors. God save the Queen.
Wells marketplace has been a focal point of the city over the ages, and still is today, with a twice weekly market on Wednesdays and Saturdays selling local produce and goods. This farmers' market is held here every Wednesday. I generally make it a rule on these joyrides to return on a different bus than the one I came on. There are many buses leaving Wells bus station, so I will go and find the first one out of here going in the general direction of Clevedon. I hope you've enjoyed this excursion and you'll join me again on the next one. For now, goodbye.